welcome to another edition of Trending with the Tribune. I am June, your host, also a columnist of Let's Talk, a weekly column that runs in the Tribune, which is your source for all things business, speech, and motivation. It's an exciting time right now in Nashville. We have the 2018 mayoral race getting ready to go just for you and the citizens of Nashville. Now today I will be talking with one of our candidates. Very, very exciting. This lady, she is a success story, and boy, oh boy, what a wonderful success story that she has. This lady, she was a high school dropout. She has 5 degrees, and she was the first generation in her family to become a college student. I would like to welcome today to the Tennessee Tribune former professor at Vanderbilt University, Dr. Carol Swain, who is one of the candidates for the 2018 mayoral race. Hi, Dr. Swain. Welcome to Trending with the Tribune.
I'm excited to be a part of you.
Awesome. So glad to have you here. So, hey, why not? Let's just get into it.
Well, first of all, I never imagined that I would be a candidate for office. I've spent the last almost 30 years studying politics and studying government. And but I've also urged citizens to get involved. And I wrote a book in 2011, Be the People, a call to reclaim America's faith and promise. And it was about the we the people standing up to be the people who would change our nation. And at some point, I was approached by many people over a number of years to run for office, various offices. And I've always said that I'm called to hold politicians accountable, not to be one. And even as I run for office, I don't want to be a politician. I just want to be an effective leader. There's something about politician that's so negative. And, you know, like I hate the fact that once I get elected, I'm going to be a politician, but in my heart, all I care about is effective leadership. So I never thought I would run. People persuaded me to get into the race. But now that I'm in it to win it. And I believe that I'm exactly what the city of Nashville needs. I think it needs an outsider with a broom that can sweep out some of that corruption.
And speaking of we the people, I can say that as a driver in Nashville, Nashville, like many other cities in the U.S., they have so many roads and bridges as well as highways, but they need immediate repair.
They do.
The top thing on the agenda is coming up is this transit plan. Are you for or against the transit plan that's trying to come to Nashville?
I'm absolutely against it. I've always been against it. I was against it yesterday. I will be against it today. I'll be against it tomorrow. I think it's disastrous and that it will not solve our traffic problems. And it will also tie the hands of the next mayor if it passes. And I think it's very important that we look at alternatives. There is a plan B. What we're being told that this is the only way to relieve congestion in Nashville, that's a lie. The plan will make more congestion, and they're not telling people about eminent domain. Like the plan, the way they have mapped out the route for this light rail system, it will involve condemning through eminent domain, taking people's property, and the government can pay you what they think your property is worth. That's not been a part of the discussion, but it should be a part of the discussion. And it's really important for people in the black community not to believe the lies that they hear every time that, you know, we're going to help small business, we're going to fix the potholes, we're going to do these things, and then as soon as the election is over, it's same old, same old. And it's very troubling to me that there are some black leaders who are willing to sell a plan to their community that will not help their community.
Wow, that is amazing. With this information in regards to they are not telling the truth, are they telling the senior citizens that are on fixed incomes that if this plan passes, they will pay $52 or more per month in additional taxes? These are our elderly that will be adversely affected. Is that one of those lies?
Well, it is. I mean, it's very misleading. They're telling people in the black community that they're going to get better bus service. Like the light rail plan benefits people downtown and, West End and parts of the city, but it's not really benefiting people that live in North Nashville and Bordeaux and places like that. It will increase everyone's taxes. We will have the highest taxes in the whole nation. And one of the reasons I'm running for mayor is that Nashville has become totally unaffordable for working people. The cost of living comfortably in Nashville is $70,000 a year. The average family makes $50,000 a year. The average individual probably makes 35 or 40. So people are struggling already. If this plan passes, it's going to make living in Nashville even more difficult. I think it's going to cripple the economy. And who in their right mind would move to Davidson County to pay all those taxes when they could live in Williamson County or Rutherford County or any of the other counties and just commute into Nashville?
As mayor, what type of legislative proposals would you envision for punishment for any police officer that muted or turned off his body cameras? What would the mayor of Nashville do to hold police officers accountable?
Well, first of all, part of my platform is to improve relationships between the minority community and the police. And so I want to work with police and with minority communities. I don't want to view them as the hostile enemy, because there are always people that are bad actors in every profession. You could, whether it's a doctor or a lawyer, a teacher, we can go down, the list. There's always bad actors. I think that every police officer should have a body cam. I think it benefits the public, it benefits them, it protects them too. And that they shouldn't have to pay for it out of their budget, that we need to find the money for the body cams. And I have a vision for creating a program that could probably be a pilot for the rest of the nation, that would be designed with the citizens and with the police, everyone working together, the hairdressers, we all are going to have to work together. And I'm even thinking that it might make sense, you know how we have billboards, when someone is shot and killed and that life is snuffed out, that we put those people on the billboard. We honor those people, and that keeps it before the community. And so I don't know. All I know is that when I'm mayor of Nashville, we're going to do things differently. And there are a lot of concerns about the infrastructure. I have told several people, and part of my platform will be, the first will be last and the last will be first. And when it comes to the allocation of neighborhood resources, my focus will be to fulfill those promises that have been made for years that were never fulfilled. And I am conservative, and by party ID, I'm a Republican, but I was a Democrat most of my life. I left the Democrats in 2009, and part of that had to do with how I've seen people being manipulated, used again and again, all the broken promises. I want to show people what good government looks like.
In regards to manipulation, the Nashville Predators are here. Nashville has become the it city.
Yes.
As the mayor, what do you envision doing to fight aggressively and viciously for that minimum wage?
I mean, I could promise you that I'm going to increase the wages and all this stuff like that. I don't know that I can do that.
Okay.
But I tell you what I can do is review the departments and try to see what the resources of the city are. I don't know what the resources are. The next mayor has to go in and look at the available resources, where there's waste that may be taking place, where there's an inequitable distribution of resources. Why are the streets and the bike lanes and all of the things that, the amenities in one side of town and not the other side of town? I think all of that has to be looked at, and I don't want to lock myself in about the minimum wage, but I will promise that contracts and things will be done on a competitive basis. It won't be people handing it to their friends. I can promise transparency. no backroom deals. I can promise an end to corporate welfare. Once that ends, there will be more resources to do a lot of things.
Awesome. Well, I tell you, Dr. Swain, I think that's what the people of Nashville are looking for. They are definitely looking for someone with integrity and someone willing to be open and honest. And I think today that you have shared with the residents of Nashville how you will be just that, a face of integrity and a face of honesty. And I think that when people go out to the polls, they will definitely have that in mind.
Well, I hope so. I hope they will give me a chance, because for the last, 100 years, they've given other people an opportunity, and repeatedly, like there's the expression, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Don't allow yourself to be fooled, and don't allow your vote to be sold for a fish dinner.
Amen to that. Well, Dr. Swain, thank you so much for joining us with Trending with the Tribune, and we look forward to seeing the results at the polls, and we hope everyone will get out there and vote.
Thank you.
Well, this has been my guest, Dr. Carol Swain, one of your candidates for the upcoming 2018 mayoral candidates race in Nashville. Make sure that you go to the polls and make your vote count. This is Miss June, your weekly writer of the Let's Talk with June column, and be sure to visit the Tribune website at www.tntribune.com. Until next time, bye now.